The struggle for freedom is carried by the next generation. These young leaders are not just demanding change, but actively building the new future for Iran, carrying forward the powerful and painful legacies of their family. Please welcome our youth delegation, which starts with Michelle Shariat, an Iranian-American activist pursuing a medical engineering degree. Hanif Ahadi, a George Mason University student. Saba Rezai, a graduate student and human rights activist. Parsa Arya, a law student in Texas. They will be accompanied on stage by their fellow activists, Persia, Kamyar, Miki, Yalda, Behrad, Maryam, Khadija, Setare, Alana, Ayla, Patrick, Nicola, Roya. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the youth delegation.
Hi, my name is Michelle Shariati. I was born here in the United States, the daughter of a German mother and an Iranian father, a former political prisoner of the Iranian regime. In the 1980s, my father was arrested for distributing MEK leaflets that dared to speak the truth. As a young activist, he endured solitary confinement, brutal torture, and watched his closest friends be executed, simply for believing that Iran deserved freedom. What struck me most in his story wasn't just his pain, it was his unwavering hope. Even in the darkest cells, he found light in the courage of others, especially the women who led resistance from within prison walls. He often says, it was their bravery that kept us all going. But on top of all of that, it was the inspirational role of Masoud Rajabi, whose fighting manner and consistent vision guided everyone and gave them hope. Through my father, I learned a powerful lesson. Freedom is not something you inherit, it's a path you choose to walk. I didn't simply inherit my father's struggle, I sought to understand it. I asked questions, I did the research, and I came to my own conclusion. The only movement with the clarity, courage, and consistency to uproot this regime is the MEK. That's why I stand here today as a conscious supporter of a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear republic in Iran. And to those of us who call us naive, who claim we are blindly following in our parents' footsteps, I say shame on you. Shame on you for dismissing the lived experiences of those who came before us. Shame on you for questioning our right to choose the path of freedom and resistance. Because the fight for democracy in Iran stands on the sacrifices of the MEK, and especially on the shoulders of the women of the MEK who have endured the regime's most vicious physical and verbal assaults. I'm a proud Iranian-American woman, inspired, informed, and unafraid. And from 1,000 miles away, I raise my voice to say, I stand with the MEK, I stand with the NCRI, and I stand with Maryam Rajabi. Thank you.
My name is Hanif Ahadi. I'm proud to stand before you today, not only as a voice for my generation, but as a witness to the legacy of resistance that refuses to die. I stand for a free Iran, an Iran where the death penalty is abolished once and for all, an Iran where men and women are equal, no matter their religion, ethnicity, or background, an Iran where no cleric rules from a throne, and when the state and religion are separated by law. An Iran where power comes from the people through the ballot box, not from inheritance, bullets, prisons, or foreign deals. That Iran, the one we dream of, is fully reflected in Maryam Rajavi's 10-point plan. Yes, my grandfather, Mertash Amanpour, was killed by the regime in 1988. I never had the chance to know him, to hear his voice, ask why he resisted. But I am told that he was deeply inspired by Masoud Rajavi and his vision, the same vision that distanced millions of young people from Khomeini and mobilized them for freedom. But I do know what side of history he stood on, and I'm proud, deeply proud, to carry his flag for freedom. For me, his courage is not just a memory, it's a challenge to rise, a challenge to speak, a challenge to walk the same path, not with sorrow, but with strength. And above all, what inspires me most today is this, that this movement, the MEK, the NCRI, is led by women who have survived the gallows, who have stood unbroken in the face of tanks, who have endured betrayals, bombings, lies, and still lead with clarity, dignity, and true strength. That is why I'm here. Not out of nostalgia, not because I was told to, but because I made a choice, clear-eyed, deliberate, and moral choice to stand with the only force that the regime in Tehran truly fears, the organized, women-led, people-powered Iranian resistance. My name is Hani Fahadi. I am a grandson of a martyr, but more importantly, I am the grandson of a vision that will not die, a vision that lives through us, a vision that says freedom is coming to Iran. And together with your voices, your courage, your presence, we will make it so. Long live Rajavi. Thank you.
Hi. My name is Parsa Arya. I was born in Texas, and I've never been in the land in which my father was born, Shiraz. Yet, Iran lives within me. It lives in the stories my family carries, in the memories of those who sacrificed everything for freedom, and in the unbroken struggle of the Iranian people. Today I stand here as part of a generation that refuses to accept dictatorship as Iran's destiny. We are here for one purpose: to demand a free, democratic, and secular Iran, a republic that belongs to its people, not to tyrants. I see Iran every day through the courage of the brave young men and women in the resistance units, heroes of my generation. They risk their lives by organizing protests, exposing crimes the regime has committed, and giving hope to millions. Their defiance inspires us just as much as it inspires all those in Iran. Their message is simple and powerful. Dictatorship, whether it's in the form of a Shah or a supreme leader, will not stand. The future belongs to the people. This is why we call on the international community to recognize this independent movement for change. Didn't you see the tens of thousands of people gathered in Brussels in support of Mrs. Rajavi? And the 60 years the MEK has fought for democracy. And look at us here today. The alternative to the regime in Tehran has been in action for more than 4 decades. It is a blueprint, and it is the will of the Iranian people. The MEK's founders were students in 1965, determined to break free from the shackles of tyranny. Today, the resistance units are young Iranians inside the country, keeping that flame alive. And here we are, carrying that same flame across the ocean. Together, we form one movement, one struggle for freedom and for democracy. To the resistance units in Iran, your courage inspires us to speak out, to fight, and to stand with you. Together, across borders and generations, we will bring down this regime and build an Iran where freedom and justice prevail. To Brother Masoud, who has guided the MEK through the turbulent challenges of two dictatorships, I say you have lit a flame within us from thousands of miles away, and nothing can extinguish it. Freedom is the promise of our time, and this is why I proudly say that we shall fight, we shall win. Viva Rajavi, and viva a free Iran.
Friends, families, distinguished guests, and dreamers for a free Iran. My presence with you here today is rooted within a desire, a vision, and a belief that history is on the side of those who tirelessly and endlessly seek justice. Since even before the revolution in 1979, Iranians moved through life with a simple principle: that fear has no space, no volume, and no power in defining how life is lived. It is in this sentiment, this sediment of resistance, that is synonymous with the people of Iran. Something that has been shown through and through again, almost cyclically, almost endlessly. From the mass protests of 2009, the bold uprisings of 2017 and 2019, and the nationwide collective unrest in 2022. The passion for change is one that has been paid with mind, body, and soul. Not in the figurative sense, but the literal. Everything is on the line, and Iranians know that, and have shown that without the slightest hesitation. Body, bones, and all. If anything, the 2022 collective wave of embers resistance became a turning point in illustrating the fragility and fragmentedness of the regime. It quickly dispelled the illusion that theocracy These are the minimums that will be accepted. Nothing less than this. As these are the non-negotiable terms that will lay the foundation of for the tranquility of democracy to finally take hold and to become a reality. A soon-to-be reality that is what is to come. What Iran will become is nothing short of historical significance, as it has been the women, the youth, and the children that have put it into motion. They are the architects of Iran's democratic future. And they are, or rather should I say, we are the ones whose voices will be loud, bold, and center. We are are the ones who have led in the streets, bled in the streets, have been tied up, stoned to death in sheets. We are the ones who are exhausted by the empty promises of the West, or those who think they know our country better than we do. Those who have sat on imaginary thrones and call themselves king, but embody the tyranny and the misogyny of yesteryear. Remember, incapable is the head that wears the crown. For what we want goes beyond an individual, goes beyond a crown, goes beyond a dated, fundamentalist, anachronistic system. What we are seeking is a pluralistic, culturally diverse, and religiously open society led by the people, for the people of Iran. And this is done with the backing, the support, and the organized leadership of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, the NCRI, the only viable alternative to this regime. So today, as we are gathered in front of the United Nations, we will not allow for these various murderers, thugs, and executioners to pass by as anything other than what they truly are, a stain on Iranian history. Their invitation here today does not equate legitimatization, nor does it somehow wash away the sins, the atrocities, the countless deaths that these officials took part in so easily. There is no place for them here, and there never will be. So as we stand, what we are united for is a clear alternative. A future defined by democracy, secular governance, equal rights for women and men, and a non-nuclear Iran, something Ms. Maryam Rajavi highlighted 22 years ago in her progressive 10-point plan for the future of Iran. To the international community, we say, enforce the Security Council resolutions you have already made and already passed. Recognize the Iranian people's right to choose their own government. Take immediate concrete measures to halt the wave of executions and protect political prisoners. No more appeasement. No more business as usual while people are being executed for dissent. The path to a free Iran will be decided by Iranians. The world can and must help by denying the regime impunity, by supporting the people's organized movement for democracy, and by holding perpetrators accountable in courts and in sanctions lists. This is why we are here today. Forward to revolution, forward to a free and democratic Iran. Thank you. مرگ بر ستمگر، چه شاه باشه چه رهبر.